Hi, everybody. We're going to get started with interviewing the big cheese of golf, Jesse Kaufman. We've got some questions for you today. How you doing, Jesse?
I'm good. How are you, Shanna?
Good. You know what? Just saying your name made me think about the time when you first came here and I posted about your arrival and I called you Jesse Hoffman.
Yeah,
Remember
felt real important coming in. Didn't even know my name. Appreciate that.
that? I merged you and the director's name.
hmm I didn't catch that. Someone else emailed me and asked me, "Is your name really Kaufman or Hoffman?" So yeah,
I
great
didn't know
start.
that. I thought you had just caught it.
Nope.
Oh, wow. I feel bad now.
Oh,
I'm
it's all good.
sorry.
You've gotten a lot worse since then. It's okay.
Okay. Well,
I
I,
mean, as far as
I,
being mean,
I still call you Jesse
well,
most days.
most days,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to ask you some questions about what's going on in golf. And I want to get your feedback about some questions that are out there in the golf community. So, just for an icebreaker,
hmm
get things started, get you comfortable, because being on camera is kind of awkward sometimes.
Sure.
So let's start with an easy one. Right now, what is your least favorite dessert?
That's easy. I'm not a big fan of cake. Just not a
Hmm,
big fan of cake right now.
understandable.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
I like most other desserts. It's
me
not
too.
cake.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the hot topic,
Okay.
membership fee increase,
Sure.
and explain for us exactly what's going on.
Right. So on April 4th, I believe the golf board voted to do a membership increase of $12 for all membership types except for juniors, and couples will go up by $18. This goes into effect on July 1st. And coming to that number, I mean, it was something that I guess was going to happen a couple of years ago, and it was delayed with this new golf board. But looking at what the expenses that we have and all the, every prices have skyrocketed. There's a million things that need repair. There's upgrades that need to happen that haven't happened in years. So trying to figure out how can we do these things and keep our golf program sustainable and up, keep it up to the standards it should be. So we came up with a $12 increase. We thought that was pretty fair. It's not. I mean, there were a lot of people pushing to double the rates. We didn't want to do that, obviously, but we have to figure out how to pay for these things. So we came up with a $12 increase, and it's something that desperately needed to happen so that we can put this money back into the golf program.
Okay, so clarify for me then.
hmm
This is just the membership monthly fee that's increasing. It's not the daily fees.
That's correct.
It's not driving range. It's none of that. It's strictly just the membership monthly fee.
Just membership. That's correct.
Okay. All right. Good to know because I think there was a little misconception there.
Sure. Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
a few people ask me that.
Yeah. Okay. So with that $12 increase, how does that affect your average member? if if you're looking at $12 across 12 months for a year,
hmm
the term of their agreement,
hmm
um, they're looking at $144, right?
Correct.
So how many rounds of golf would that be if they were paying the daily fee?
Be about 4.5 to 5 rounds over the
Okay.
course of the year.
Okay.
hmm
So do you think most of your members golf 4 or 5 times a month?
Yes. Yeah, especially it seems like the senior members play the most. We have several people that play 4 or 5 times a week, not per month.
Wow.
So we have, I mean, that's great. That's what we
Yeah.
hope for. We love that
Yeah.
participation. But yeah, we have a lot of members that play several times a week and some almost nearly every day. So
So right now, you're asking all existing members that are past that 12-month term to acknowledge they understand the fee increase, right?
correct.
So
Yeah.
tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, we've sent out emails. There at all the clubhouses. There's a flyer posted where you can just scan the QR code. But basically, we just need everyone. We don't want to surprise anyone. We don't want anyone's membership to expire at the end of the month because if we have to have this acknowledgement that you accept that. Otherwise, your membership will just expire at the end of the month, and you're going to come into the course and you're not going to have a membership, and then you're going to have to go through the process to get that set up again. And we're trying to make sure everyone knows ahead of time so they don't run into that issue. So we're asking just respond to that email, come into the clubhouse, scan the QR code. It takes 5 seconds on your phone or on a computer to update that, just saying that you accept the new membership, and that's all you have to do. We take care of everything on the back end as far as changing everything in the computer. But yeah, and then if you don't, you can decline it right there, and your membership will end at the end of the month. But we've had, I would say, 95% of the people that have responded have accepted it.
Right.
We've changed it, so they're not going to have any issues. They're going to come in on July 1st, and it's just like nothing ever happened. But we just don't want anyone to pop in on July 1st and be surprised that their membership is expired.
And like you mentioned, they can fill out that acknowledgement form in the Golf Wichita app,
Correct.
on signs in the clubhouses. It's coming out in email blasts. There's it's available on golfwichita.com.
It is on the website.
So it's been made pretty accessible at this
Sure,
point.
sure,
So
absolutely. And if you have any questions at all, you can call any of the clubhouses. All of the staff will direct you to what you need to do.
perfect. Okay, so that kind of rolls into my next question is what can members expect to see as far as how that extra $12 a month is utilized?
Sure. One of my main goals is to be very transparent with our finances, where the money goes, what we purchase, what upgrades we do, what money we have currently. So we're working on how to get that information out better. But basically, we are looking to, again, make the upgrades, buy the new equipment. Some of our equipment, I mean, I've made the comment. You look at the hour meter and you try to see how many hours. Some of our equipment sold, it's rolled over. We're back to 1 hour on the equipment because it's so old. You can't even track how old it is. So we need so much stuff to get up to the standards that everyone wants. I mean, everyone wants to see improvements in the courses, the clubhouses, everything. So it takes money, and we're doing well right now, but there's so much stuff that needs to be done, and we have to have money to pay for those things, obviously. So it will all go back into the courses. That's the main thing I want to make sure everyone understands is the extra money that we take in is to make improvements to the golf courses. That's it. That's what we want to do. That's what we are going to do. So as far as, we want better course conditions. We want better clubhouses. We want just all through and through. We want better things, upgrades, and so much stuff. We've already got new equipment that we've purchased this year. We've replaced all the pumps and the well. Well, we had to replace one well, but all the pumps and everything to water the golf courses. Um, we're working on the clubhouses now. There's so much stuff, and we continue to try to make those improvements.
Gotcha. So,
Yeah.
not sure how many of you recognize where we're at right now.
Mm.
I kind of got the vibe you were not loving this
I'm
spot
so
to shoot
uncomfortable
this.
right now.
I mean, we do have the fern and a half between us,
Mm-hmm.
and we are in the locker room at Tex Consolver.
Not the men's locker room. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
terribly uncomfortable.
We're in the ladies' locker room, and we're here because you can see when you walk in, it's a little outdated, a little bit.
A little bit.
I mean, this couch, for example,
Nice.
it's a great cushion. I'm not gonna lie, like it's definitely got some back support going on, but it's a little dated. So that kind of has me wondering, like, with the money going back in, and you've got a lot of renovations on the docket.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening in the clubhouses with these renovations?
Well, let's talk about Tex first. There's a crew outside right now that is working on the exterior of the building, which needs a lot of work. They're working on the big columns on top to make sure that wood's starting to rot, and we're about to have major issues if we don't get ahead of it. So they're working on that right now. The locker room, this is exciting for me. We are going to section this locker. We have a back section of the women's locker room that has lockers that we don't use. So we're going to move some of the lockers up, and we're using that back section of the room to put a simulator in. That's awesome to me. Simulators are huge right now. You can play all the different courses. You can use it for club fitting, for lessons, just to fine tune your game. So that'll be year round. That'll be open. Just like booking a tee time, you book a spot on the simulator. So that's very exciting. So Tex is getting a lot of work done, a lot of exterior work, and then a lot of interior work as well at back. We all know what that clubhouse looks like. It looks like a 1968 cafeteria, high school cafeteria. So we're putting new flooring, new ceiling, paint. We're going to redo the bathrooms hopefully by the end of the year. It's just so outdated and so old that we're doing a lot of work there as well. If you've been to Sim, you know we put new flooring, we put TVs throughout the or in the seating area, new furniture, um, paint. It looks much better. We got the counters that just came in this week, so we're gonna get those installed. Really just bring all the clubhouses to where when you get done with your round, you want to come in and have a drink, get some food. We're working on the food and beverage aspect. We starting this week at Sim today, Kevin, our food and beverage director, he's working on redoing that kitchen so that we can offer a lot more to anyone that wants to stick around after the round or come in before the round and get some food and have something other than just a hot dog.
Well, and that's really important to the golfer. You want to feel like
Drink
it's a
this
great place.
Celsius that you can find in all the clubhouses right now, by the way. A little energy drink, keep me going.
How many of those do you think you have a day?
I don't want to talk about it on camera.
I
It's not
mean,
healthy. No, I have
have you bought
two
stock
two at
in
the most.
Celsius yet?
No, I should.
You really
No, I
should.
should. I shouldn't have to. They
It,
should
it
give it
should
to
be
me.
like a side hustle for you,
Yeah, they're good though.
or they should
They're so
sponsor
good.
you. I don't know what they would sponsor you doing, but they should sponsor you.
Yeah. Well, I've got enough energy to do anything they want me to do. So.
Okay, so um, I don't even know what I was going to ask you because you threw the Celsius can in my face.
Sorry, I
So
needed a drink.
let's talk about some of the big changes going on outside of the renovations.
Mm-hmm.
You've got one RFP that is just about at the finish line, which has got to feel great.
Yes.
And then you've got another RFP that is getting there.
Right.
Like you're about to come over those hurdles. And that first RFP is golf carts,
Yes.
which I think everybody's saying, bless you.
That is going to be
Huge.
one of the biggest. That would definitely be the biggest victory I've had so far.
Now, did I hear this correctly? You're transitioning us to a lease program.
Correct.
Why?
So we're not back in this position again. Right now, we have 10-year-old carts that are wore out. The seats are ripped. Some of them, not all of them. They're in bad shape. Obviously, it's the biggest complaint I get. But when you purchase the carts, you're kind of stuck with them, and at the end, you have to figure out how to come up with millions of dollars to replace the fleet all at once. With the lease program, every 4 to 5 years, we're going to be getting new carts. That's guaranteed. With the amount of volume, the volume of rounds that we have right now, the carts just get beat to death.
The what?
The club
the,
carts.
The what?
The driving things. They just get wore out every day. They're going out most of the time twice every single day. So buying the carts, they just get wore out so fast. So with this lease, we're getting new carts. We also have a service aspect to that lease where with that they're going to come, the company will come out, they'll service all of the carts, they'll take care of any issues they have. If we have a cart that's down right now, that's on us to figure out how to fix it and pay for it. They come and take care of that. They're on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis where they make rounds to all of the courses and fix all of the carts that have issues. So
that's huge.
Oh, it's so
that is
so
huge.
huge. We are we're so limited on staff. These folks are so busy fixing a golf cart.
Well,
it's
and
not,
you don't have a mechanic on staff.
Not full time. No.
No. And you have 4 courses, 4
yes.
cart fleets you have to maintain. Like
yes.
that aspect alone
yes.
would make me jump ship from buying a golf cart outright.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it also makes it easier anytime we need carts for an event or we need to bring in carts. It's part of that as well. So we can go to the company and say we need carts for this event, and we have them. So it's a lot of benefits.
So does this mean there won't be a golf cart graveyard anymore?
That is correct. All of the broken down carts, they're gone.
Nice.
They're gone.
Okay, so this is something I've always wondered. How does a golf cart seat end up losing like a chunk of its seat? Like what has to happen for that seat to literally be missing a portion of it?
Well, it doesn't happen on its own, unfortunately.
And I don't think there's like a golf cart boogeyman going through the car barns at night, like cutting them out.
I'll tell you what I've seen a lot is someone with a cigarette or a cigar and it burns a hole in the seat and starts a tear and then it just takes off from there. So it builds from that little hole. I've seen that a lot.
So smoking kills golf carts.
Smoking is bad in so many ways. Yeah.
Don't smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad.
But yeah, and then unfortunately we have people that they take knives, they take their pencil. I don't know what they get out of it, but they cut the seats. I mean,
and we're seeing that all over the city, like in our parks, in our splash pads, and it's like, what is wrong with people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like, get a hobby, man.
Yeah, I don't get it, but it happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. All right, I digress.
mhm,
Second RFP.
mhm,
This one I'm super
sure.
excited about because it just opens so many doors.
Mhm,
Is the point of sale RFP.
mhm,
And for those of you that are like, what's a point of sale? When you check in right now, you probably stand there for a little while waiting for the transaction to finish up. We're looking at moving away from that, right?
yes, that's from day one. I've not
You're
really
not a fan.
been a fan of the system we have.
I,
So yeah,
I I wasn't aware of that.
yeah.
I
Well,
You hadn't told me that
when
before.
I flipped the desk over on day two, I thought that was pretty obvious, but
When
no.
you started yelling at me saying, "I hate this."
But yeah, it's an out. Well, I'm not gonna say it's outdated. It's not the system we need. It's
Right,
not efficient
right,
for us.
right.
Yeah, like she said, you come in to check in. The computer and the credit card terminal are not connected in any way. They're totally separate. So there's a big breakdown there. So on the back
Mm-hmm.
end, there's a million things that I'm not going to get into here. It's going to make our lives much easier. For you, that also includes the bookings of the T sheet booking system. So when you book T times, it also is going to include when we get beverage cards on the course, which is part of the cart deal. Um, you'll be able to purchase food and beverage on the beverage carts with a credit card. Right now, we don't have that option. Um,
So why don't we have that option right now?
just because of that credit card, them not being
Because they're
integrated. They're
standalone.
standalone, and we don't have a way
Okay.
to for that credit card terminal to communicate with our POS system.
Okay.
So that will be in place. There's so many benefits. A lot of it on the back end, but a lot of customer facing benefits that you'll see too. Mainly just
Yeah.
the ease of use, um, and the way that we can communicate. There's just so many things that go into these programs that people don't realize. Even booking a tournament, the way you run a tournament, there's so many things that we'll be able to do much more efficiently for you guys once that's
Well,
done.
and there's a lot of components being a government entity that there's a lot of rules and guidelines in
Yes,
place that you have to follow that most people probably aren't aware of as far as restrictions of what businesses you're allowed to work with,
that's correct. Yeah.
which
So
probably limits your
the
options too.
first half of my career, I was at private golf courses, and there were things that were so much easier because if you like something, you buy it. That's it. You're done. And with this, there's good and bad both ways. But one of the negatives, I would say, or challenges, I would be a better word, is there are so many restrictions and so many. If I want to purchase something, there's 2 or 3 months of
Right.
stuff that has to happen to get to that point, and that's been the case with the carts and with this POS system, and pretty much anything. Even buying a piece of equipment, there's things that have to happen, especially if it's over a certain amount. I mean, you can't just purchase it. You
Right.
have to get so many different people involved and go through the process. So it is what it is, and that's where planning is so important because it's not like I don't know this is going to be a challenge. So for me to stay ahead and have a plan of what needs to happen so that I can start now for things that need to happen 6 months from now.
I like to say government is very thorough. We
Yes,
like to dot our I's and cross our T's and reread multiple times.
multiple people, multiple times.
Yes,
Yes,
we're very thorough. Yes,
that's a word you sure.
yes, we'll go with
Sure.
that. Yes. All right. So, something that I find really interesting is you have had a really variety of uh, golf courses that you've worked at throughout the entire country. It's not just in the Midwest. I mean, you've been
Mm-hmm.
on the East Coast, you've been near the Gulf, you've been Kansas, Missouri,
Texas.
um, Texas. Yeah, I mean, you've really been all over.
Mm-hmm.
And you've done hospitality, municipality, and private.
Right.
Did I say all that right?
It was a
Is it
resort
resort? That's
resort
the word
style
I
course.
want. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, hospitality kind of
It,
goes hand in hand.
golf is hospitality. People don't
Right,
realize that. Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Okay. So I was on the right path.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Um, so with all of that knowledge, all of that background, everything that you've seen around the nation, how does Golf Wichita compare?
Hmm. Well, one, I'll say I was surprised when I moved here at how big of a golf population we have in Golf Wichita, which is awesome. The folks here are definitely die hard, and it's very
Yeah.
important to them.
Yeah.
So and I love it. That's great. As far as Golf Wichita, what I like most about our program is we have 4 courses that are all so unique from each other. I mean, you have Sim, which is a
Yeah.
shorter, more open course where yeah, anyone can play there and have a great time. But
Me.
yeah, beginners, it's a great course there. And then you have, I'm at Tech, we're at Tech's right
Yeah.
now. It's pretty open, but it's a lot longer course. So one of the longest in the state. So if you play it all the way back. So there's that. And then Mac is more the old style country club layout, which is great. And then you've got Auburn, which is the most challenging of the courses, more of a championship level course. Like we just hosted the
Mm-hmm.
Corn Ferry Qualifier Monday. And that course is, you could set it up to really host any type of championship. And so we have such a variety of the courses in the courses. So I think that's probably our strength. And with our membership, you play all 4, so you don't have to play the same course every day. You can play a totally different style course whenever you want.
That's what I think is so cool about the membership
Awesome.
is that you're not just limited to that one course.
Mm-hmm.
You have 4 courses to choose from. So there isn't that just same old routine.
Mm-hmm.
There's such a variety and
And
you mix it up.
I would encourage, we have a lot of members that play the same course. Maybe it's the closest to their house, and that makes sense. But I would encourage you to, if you play one course every day, every once in a while, go to one of the other
Yeah,
courses
for
and play a
sure.
different course. It's it's included in your membership, and I think you'll really enjoy it instead of playing the same course every day.
It's a great value for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do some rapid fire questions for you.
Here we go.
This is going to be fun. You're going to enjoy this, I promise.
Okay.
When have I ever steered you wrong?
It's been at least 30 minutes,
I
probably.
know. Well, I mean, this video's been going for like 20, so.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to ask you a question, and you're just going to give me a name. Okay?
Okay.
So I want to know which golf pro or superintendent is most likely to beat you at pickleball?
Oh, Steve Blasky here at Tex. He's a psycho. He plays at like 3 a.m. every day.
Okay.
Yep.
You just called one of your team members a psycho.
That's okay.
Okay.
I stand by that.
Which golf pro or superintendent is most likely to outdrive you?
Outdrive. All right, I've got to say, of course, the leader of the bomb squad, Colin O'Brien. Just ask him. He'll tell you.
What's the bomb squad?
That's another different video.
Oh.
Yeah.
Moving on. Which one is most likely to send you to the loony bin?
Well, the head pros and the supers are okay. I'm going to add our food and beverage director, Kevin Bishop.
Yes.
If you don't know why,
yeah.
go hang out with him for a while. Hey, Kevin.
Hey. All right. So, out of the supers and pros, which one is most likely to talk your ear off?
Ronald Reese, superintendent at Mac. Yeah, he's.
Don't ever put him in front of a microphone.
He makes good points, but he makes a lot of them.
So. Thorough.
There you go.
Very thorough.
Back to that word.
All right. So, which golf pro or superintendent is most likely to laugh at their own jokes?
Laugh at their own jokes. Let's say Scott Weller at Auburn.
Does he laugh?
At himself. At his own jokes, yeah.
Okay. All right.
He can be funny at times. At times. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not believing me. Let's move on.
All right. So, which one is most likely to send 10 pizzas to your house?
Can I name an employee that's not one of the head pros or supers?
Yeah.
How about Mark Gregg here at Tex?
Yeah.
You talk about
so fun.
Yeah, he is. He is wound tight, but yeah, he's always looking to poke fun and play jokes. So
he came from Colorado.
I did know that, but I forgot that. Yep.
Colorado.
I would say Mark. I could see him doing that and
Yeah.
just thinking it's the funniest thing ever.
Yep. All right, we're gonna wrap up.
Okay.
Any final thoughts, words of wisdom you want to share with the golfers of Wichita?
I would say just remember golf is meant to be fun. So when you come out to the courses, make sure you're having fun. Joke with us. Like have a good time. Look for the positives. Fun. Remember that there are a lot of worse things than playing golf. So when you're out here, have fun with it. And I see a lot of people I feel like they take it too seriously. We're not we're not on tour doing this for a living. We're doing it just to have fun. I take it seriously. It's good to try to score and play good, but make sure you're having fun. So come out, joke with us, play around, do whatever you can do. Just make sure I want to see you out here. I want to see you smiling. I want to see you having a good time.
Good words of wisdom.
That's
Look
very
at
important.
you.
I'm about to pass out. That took a lot.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. And we hope you got some great information out of this. And we look forward to seeing you on the links.
Yep. Thank you, guys.